Hi everyone and welcome to Child Protection Week. Tony Tonkin here from the Child Protection Party, wanting to have a conversation with you about what it means to be involved in Child Protection Week. To us at the Child Protection Party, every day is Child Protection Day. Every week and year is Child Protection Week or year. It's just the way it rolls. So this is nothing unusual for us, but it is an opportunity for us to be reminded of what it means to protect our children. And I guess that falls at two ends of a spectrum. How it is that we protect children from being abused and what it is that we can do to ensure that those children are safe. At the other end of the spectrum are those parents who have their children removed for reasons which they believe are unnecessary. Also, to find a way to help to work with parents whose children are removed so that the trauma can be at least minimised for them and those experiences that they have, and also for the trauma associated with children who have been removed from their biological families. This is a challenge that the Child Protection Party has been facing for the last decade or so, and it's something which we need to be completely mindful of. As I reflected upon what it is that we need to do at the Child Protection Party, I decided that it was really best for us to consider what are the major complaints that we have here at CPP. Primarily, we have people contacting us who are concerned about the way in which their children were removed from them. I guess in the first instance that they were removed to start with, but primarily it's their involvement with the department. How has that been, and how could it have been different? The most common complaint is that the department workers, social workers, psychologists and others do not listen to what the parent has to say. In most cases, we find that parents are clearly able to address some of the concerns that the department may raise. Not always do parents agree with those concerns, that sometimes they will argue that the concerns the department have been distorted in some way, that they're not their reality. Now, I guess that's a two-edged sword. Firstly, parents may deny that what has happened to them actually did happen when perhaps it did. They will argue perhaps that their mental well-being is not the way the department has defined it. And from my opinion, as a social worker, mental health worker in particular, I would tend to agree with the parent. But there are cases where clearly the department needs to get involved, and there are occasions when clearly children need to be removed. Our goal at the Child Protection Party is to improve this system. And the primary concern that the parents have is that they're not heard. So our role is to be able to at least provide some form of advocacy for parents so that their voices are heard, so that a neutral arbitrator can step in, hear what's happening, and challenge the system so that perhaps changes will take place. I've advocated for years that, in fact, we need to change the child protection system so that social workers in particular find more effective ways to engage with parents so that the parents can make the changes that are required in a timely manner so that the children can either remain with them in the first instance or be returned to them at a later date. We here at the Child Protection Party hear your complaints. During the last few weeks, we have had multitudes of people contacting us, explaining to us what their situation was and how they experienced the child protection system. What we encounter are a range of parents who are distraught, traumatised by the fact that their children have been removed from them. Most commonly, we find that parents are saying to us that they haven't had the opportunity not only to be heard, but also to make the changes that the department believes are required. Listening to clients is important. Listening to parents is critical. Listening to children and how they experience the child protection system is integral. But alas, hardly any of that happens. That as we look at this system, we realise that There is a need for a system that protects children. No one should ever dispute that. What we do need, though, is a system that pays attention to those people that are users of that system, the parents, the children, the grandparents, aunties, uncles and siblings. They are the people that need to be heard so that their children can remain with the biological parent or parents. That is critical. However, we have a system that doesn't do that. During Child Protection Week, we'd like to bring to everybody's attention the issues that sit around the child protection system, and we would like to advocate for those changes, particularly during this week. This is a week where the media and everybody else tends to focus on child protection. We at the Child Protection Party ask you to advocate for changes. We'd like to know from you what it is that you think needs to change within the child protection system, what that would look like, how it would benefit you, what are your experiences of the child protection system. Your voice is critical to those changes. Without your voice and you expressing those voices to us, nothing will ever change. We are grateful for the number of people that have contacted us, for the interviews that we've done with regard to when we've been interviewing parents about their experiences. We need you to contribute. We actually need you to belong to the Child Protection Party, to work with us. In the last few weeks, we've had some wonderful people connect with us who have chosen to perhaps become candidates for the Child Protection Party, to get involved with us on our team meetings and our executive. Because there are people out there that recognise that the system will not change unless they get involved. So we at CPP are asking you, are urging you, in fact, to become involved with us so that together we can work together to make the changes that are important. As important as it is for you to complain, for you to talk about your stories, for you to help others to understand that they're not alone, it is also important for you to get involved. Telling a story is great, and we encourage it, and we want that, so please tell your stories. But we want you to become involved with us. We want your voice to become a part of who we are, not a voice that sits out there somewhere that just is heard occasionally but doesn't seem to have an impact or resonate with anybody. We want your voice, and your voice can only be heard through Child Protection Party, through advocating for others, for working on our executive and making changes that are significant. We're doing a whole host of things at the moment that are quite exciting, not just the interviews that we're doing, not just our Facebook live feeds and our YouTube, but some other constructive stuff about building an advocacy organisation that's going to make a difference around Australia. This is what we're about. So in this particular week, I want you to contribute to CPP. And in order to do so, I would like you to contact us at this email address to let us know what your story is, to let us know how you would like to become involved in the Child Protection Party. In other words, how you would like to make a difference. Thanks, everybody. And I just want to say that for those people that are watching us on YouTube, could you please subscribe and ring the bell to let us know that you're interested in continuing hearing some of our notifications as well. So thanks, everybody. Take care. Look after yourselves. Join the party. Become a part of the process, the solution, and enjoy the opportunity to become part of an organisation that's making a difference. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Look after yourselves and be safe.